Hey there, comedy fans. Welcome to My First Joke, the podcast where we dive into the hilarious stories of how comedians got their start. I am your host, Kareem Kanji, and today I'm joined by comedian Clif Knight. Today's episode is brought to you by welcome to travel.ca. If you're looking for the best and most affordable all-inclusive trips for you and your crew, check out welcome to travel.ca today and tell them I sent you. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to My First Joke wherever you listen to podcasts. If you enjoy what you hear, share it with your friends, leave a review, hit us up with those 5 stars. It really helps the show to grow. Okay, that's all the announcements. Let's get into it. Here's my conversation with Clif Knight. Clif, thanks so much for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, so am I. Listen, let's get right into it. Comedy. How did you get started in stand up? What drew you to that?
Um, I would say I always wanted to do it, but I didn't know that you could just go to a place and get on stage. Like back home in Guyana, you need to like be part of the theater guild and like get your certification and be an actor, and then they let you on stage somewhere. There's not really any like open mics.
Okay.
So when I moved from Mississauga, I moved to Toronto, and
You
I
made it
went
sound like
jogging.
Mississauga is part of Guyana. The way.
Yeah, basically, Mississauga is part of Guyana and India at the same time. And I went jogging one night and I got lost. And then I was asking a guy for directions, and turns out he was the owner of a comedy club. He invited me in. I checked
Okay.
it out, and then I went back the next week, I think, just with like a dumb little set that I wrote, and I've just been doing it ever since.
Oh my goodness. So like you saw comedy and you decided to write something? Like was it an open mic you went into?
It was a mic,
Okay.
but it was like I had always been trying to be funny, sort of,
Okay.
and then here was this opportunity to just do it. And so from that point, and I was like, oh, this is free, I did some research, and it turns out you have to pay in other parts of the world. So I was like, oh, Toronto's the
Okay.
vibe.
All right. So now tell me what was your first joke on that stage? Because that would have been the first time you went on stage, right?
That would have been the first time I went on stage for stand up.
Okay.
We used to do this thing in school called creative debate,
Okay.
where they would give you a topic, give two teams a topic, and then you'd have to come up with a debate in like 10 minutes,
Okay.
and all of mine would be pretty funny. And I would spend a lot of time like misdirecting from the real debate because I'm like, this is just school wasting our time. This is stupid, you know. The actual first joke I would have told um, probably would have been about my dad's Kool-Aid. I think that
Okay.
would have been one of the first, because this is one of the first things I had written about how regular people make the Kool-Aid, and it's like the Kool-Aid already has sugar in it. And like Caribbean people, we make the Kool-Aid with the whole plantation at the bottom. You know what I mean? Like we don't fuck around. And then I had another joke about how I was pretty sure when I was a kid that your favorite color would be a much bigger part of your life. It's so important when you're a
Yeah.
kid, and then you grow up and it doesn't matter at all. You know, because nobody's asking for it. No, it doesn't give you extra powers. Nothing. Wow. Yeah, I feel like I got scammed.
All the times we ask people their favorite color, like it
Favorite color.
professionally never comes up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now these days you gotta look at people and be like, "Oh, what's your undertone?" Okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy some foundation for you at the ABC.
Cliff, what was the crowd reaction like to the first time you went on stage? How did you perceive it to be?
Oh, I definitely did terrible. I definitely
Okay.
did not, because if this was a mic that was like, sure, it was an open mic, but at that club at that time, it was like a lot of pros.
Yeah.
So it's kind of me. I think I followed um, Aaron Rye, I think was his name, and he's a fantastic comedian. I was following him. He had smashed, and I'm like, oh, okay, what am I gonna do after this? but it was a club mostly with comics. So it's like looking back at it now, at the time, I thought that was just normal, that anybody could do that. And then when I got up there and found out how really hard it was, I'm like, oh no, he actually killed. I'm an idiot. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think for the first 5 minutes I did, I probably got one actual laugh. I can't remember on what. It definitely was not on the Kool-Aid. It definitely was not on the favorite color thing. If I find my old joke book, I'll look back at it. Um, and I did so much preparation for subsequent sets. You know,
Okay.
that first crowd, I was like, that first crowd, they don't know the real me. I gotta figure out how do I get more jokes on stage? How do I make this more polished for myself? And I went and I made a joke book. I
Okay.
like figured out how to like cut the pages and make a cover, and then I sewed the spine together and like
Oh, you made
did
a
all
joke
that.
book.
Yeah, I made an actual book for my jokes. Because all the books I was buying were the wrong size, you know, to fit in your pocket or your back pocket or something. All the books are too big or they're too small. So I made the exact joke book that I wanted, like for it would have been something like 5 inches by 3 inches because I just wanted that, you know.
That fits in a pocket. Um, that's really interesting. So even though, in your words, looking back, man, you bombed, or if you want to call it that, even though it was your first time, it was something you still wanted to do. Was there something about it that attracted you to it, or is it just I know I'm funny and I want to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I had funny stories I've been telling for years, and then I just like had to watch more comedy to figure out
Okay.
how to make that stage funny and not just
Hmm.
person funny, you know? And yeah, even the book was this huge investment of like, not huge, but like I knew I was gonna do this more, and I knew I wanted because I had been writing. I wrote a fantasy book series that never got published. So I had been writing a lot. It is partly funny, but it's not exactly comedy. And then I was like, let me just take that writing energy and apply it here
Yeah.
and see what happens. And I was supposed to rewrite that book series, and it never happened.
Too busy being on stage.
Basically, yeah.
Cliff, how long have you been a stand-up for?
Stand up now, we're coming on 9 years, just about. It's going to
Wow.
be 9 years in September, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there has there been a moment, or are there moments you can look back on where at the time you go, I've made it? Does it,
Mm,
there's different levels, you know what I'm saying? But was
yeah,
there
yeah,
a
yeah.
time for yourself when you felt that way?
When I felt like, oh, this was a success,
Yeah.
you know, there's certain times like I did Just for Laughs in 2023.
Nice.
Even before that, I had like a huge show during the pandemic in 2021. And those are like, okay, this puts me on a different level,
Yeah.
you know, and whether or not those things really mean that you're on a different level, I felt it. And at a certain spot, like even doing shows like Scarborough's a Joke, which is, you know, those are a lot very fun shows, but like you have to be a certain caliber to even get on,
Yeah.
you know. And sometimes I feel like I'm not even good. I feel like nobody will even like me. People don't fuck with me like that. And then you get invited to do this, you know, a festival out in the middle of nowhere. You know, I did I recorded a half special for Out TV in
Okay.
2021 that is broadcasted on Amazon.
Ah,
And that definitely is like, okay, this is all like I'm leveling up. It's like Pokemon. I'm getting these
yeah. Yeah.
badges, you know what I mean?
That's right. How has your style evolved over the years?
The voice has definitely like changed a little bit. I don't know if I found my voice. I'm still working on that, but like
Okay.
I definitely had a lot more like stories and stupid little jokes. Whereas now I think I do a lot more of like comparisons of like for my life and jokes that are like let's imagine this, you know, and
Hmm.
then take it down that road. That's what I do a lot of.
That's amazing. What sort of next? What's the next sort of peak for you, if there is something that you're sort of striving for?
Right now, I just announced a tour. I'm going on a quick little tour
All right.
through parts of Ontario. I'm going to be going to Montreal. I'll be going to Berlin, in Germany. I'm doing some shows there. And
Nice.
then if I have money when I get back, I will be going to Alberta. They talk in euros out in Europe. So and mostly try and put that together into an album of sorts or a one-man show.
Yeah,
And then basically start all over again of like the marketing phase and whatnot. How stand-up is right now, it's never ending.
that's
You
right.
know, it's truly never ending. So even people who you see walking around are like, that guy's done it. He's done it. He's just on to the next thing, you
Yeah.
know.
I was listening to uh, a bit of a Mark Maron podcast. I don't think it was his. I think it was somebody else's. I can't recall, but he was talking about he just released a special on HBO,
Yeah,
and now he's starting all over again. He's got nothing,
yeah,
so he's got to like now for the next 2 to 3 years, figure out what could be another 1 hour.
yeah.
That's
Marin's got a very particular style. I don't think he's got nothing. You know what I mean? Like
fair enough. Yeah,
yeah. For one, I feel like he doesn't hold back on his particular views on any subject or whatever.
yeah,
He's always got more in the chamber. He's spending a lot of time on the mic
yeah,
already. He's a fantastic writer. He's a fantastic character
yeah.
in general. So I feel like it's not even he's like a poor man's Larry David in a way, in that he's always working. He has a very specific point of view that's going to hit people right here, and then it's whatever he puts out. I'm pretty sure it's going to be amazing. He's going to hate it, Mark
Oh,
Maron.
he
He's going to
does.
hate.
Yeah.
He's going to hate whatever he does, but it'll probably be pretty good.
That's so true. Cliff, listen, where can people, if people wanted to maybe watch what you do on, in comedy, maybe you've got a place online where you release stuff or tell people about your tour. Where can people go?
Mostly just check me on Instagram. Cliffy's so funny. That's Cliffy. I know it's weird with my name being Cliff with one F. Yeah, Instagram is usually it is. You can catch me on Facebook. I have TikTok, but don't look for me there. Don't look for me there. That's a different person. Uh, yeah, just catch me on Instagram. I announce everything there, put out all my videos there. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Cliffy's so funny on Instagram. That's amazing. Listen, thanks for tuning into this episode, everyone, of My First Joke. Hope you had as much fun listening as I had chatting with our guest today, Clif Knight. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe to My First Joke wherever you listen to podcasts so that I can pay for my son's education at Western and you never miss an episode. Share it with your friends. Take a moment to rate, review, and five-star the podcast. The website is myfirstjoke.ca. My name is Kareem. Until next time, remember,
don't be acting up.
don't be acting up.
Don't be acting up. You're gonna be catching these hands.
Cliff, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, Kareem.